Today is indeed an exciting day for us at the university. We are here to introduce the head of our men's basketball program, Dennis Gates. He is I've spent a lot of time reading up on you, Dennis, and I have to say he is one of the most highly regarded assistant coaches in the country. And that's what makes today so exciting for CSU. We're going to hear from Dennis in a few minutes, but before that, we're going to hear from the president of the university, Harlan Sands, and we're going to hear from our athletic director, Scott Garrett. So please join me first up in welcoming President Harlan Sands.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today for the start of a new era in CSU basketball. We began the search for our new athletic director back in December, so I want to start by saying a couple words about Scott. When we did this, we prioritized three things. Any successful candidate needed to have a strong core value set based upon unquestionable ethics and personal integrity, an unwavering focus on student athletes, athlete success in the classroom, with the commitment and dedication to get every student through to graduation, and an understanding that the right student-athlete experience can be an incredible launchpad to a successful life and a successful career. We found our leader in Scott Garrett, and I'd like to take a moment to thank Scott for the leadership role he has taken in finding this young man that's sitting before us today. So Scott, thank you very much. I'd also like to thank Trustee Len Komorowski. For those of you that don't know Len is the CEO of the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was instrumental in helping us with this very thorough and intensive search. Len couldn't be here today, but let's give Len a round of applause. So as the front door to our university, college athletics can connect local communities, our faculty, staff, students, and our alums to CSU. When we do it right, there is nothing that can compare to the excitement student athletes bring to all of us, to each other, to the community, and to our campus. So with this in mind, and with the same priorities that we set for the search for the athletic director, Scott and I honed in on some specific qualities we were seeking in a head basketball coach. Someone with a belief in the power of education to transform lives. Someone with unquestioned integrity, values, self-awareness, and a drive to improve. A belief in a culture and a system of values that lead to success in the classroom and success in life. And a wealth of dedication, commitment, and grit, something that we talked about a lot when we met with our head coach earlier. Once we model strong leadership, especially to young men and women, and a winning culture is established in how we mentor, how we teach, how we act, then and only then can we talk about success on the field of play. And I believe we have taken a major step in making that happen here today. So before I turn it over to our athletic director, I want to share a couple things about our new head coach. So I had a conversation with Florida State President John Thrasher about their lead assistant men's basketball coach, and he told me several things, all of them positive and from his own personal experience. But it showed an incredible confidence in who our head coach is, our new head coach is, as a person and how he has impacted lives. And I'm just going to give you one statistic that really stuck with me as we were seeking out our new head coach. At Florida State, where he's been for 8 years, they've graduated 61 out of 63 seniors. And I bet you, and I haven't asked you this yet, that you think more about the two that you didn't get than as much as you do about the ones that made it through. So that's an important indicator of what we are all going to see here at Cleveland State, and maybe the most important indicator of how this is going to work here, and this was a learning experience for me. It took him 6 hours to get dressed in CSU athletic gear that was better and more stylish than anything I have seen yet in my 1 year here. I don't know how you did that, but you made it happen. So I think, folks, you're in for a great ride. There's going to be an incredible amount of excitement on campus, and for more on our new head coach, let me introduce to you Athletic Director Scott Garrett. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you everyone for being here for an exciting day for Cleveland State University. I appreciate the leadership provided to me by President Sands and board member Len Komorowski, and also want to very quickly recognize some folks who were helpful at various stages of our search. Chief Talent Officer Janelle Hughes, Chief of Staff Heather Link, General Counsel Sonali Wilson, and Assistant Counsel Kelly King, Faculty Athletics Representative Rob Kleidman, Dr. Julian Earls, Head Women's Soccer Coach Dallas Boyer, our new Deputy Athletics Director Tyler Jones, Katie Young Stout and Chad Chatlos of Ventura Partners, and the several dozens of athletic directors, coaches, and other administrators around the country that we called on for counsel and references. 113 days ago, I was fortunate to be named Cleveland State University's Director of Athletics. It has been an incredible honor spending quality time with our coaches, student athletes, staff, and with many of you looking for strategic ways that Viking athletics can complement Cleveland State University's mission and provide value to Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. I stood at this very podium for my introductory remarks and shared with you our opportunities. The opportunity to attract and support championship caliber coaches, the opportunity to rally pride for our institution and its sport programs, the opportunity to truly deliver on our mission of providing transformational experiences for our 350 student athletes. We have carefully and strategically gone to work over the last 3 months exploring how we take advantage of those opportunities, and we're making significant progress. While I did not expect that on July 12th we would begin seeking a new head coach for our men's basketball program, it was that initial vision and those principles of opportunity that guided us through our process to help identify the perfect leader for CSU men's basketball. When you have a transition in coaches in July, a relatively unprecedented circumstance of timing, it would have been easy to wonder, and many of you did through text and emails, are we going to have anybody interested in this job? You actually asked that. What quickly materialized, however, in just the first few hours and days of our search was a different question, one that reinforced the confidence I shared during those opening remarks about opportunity. How are we going to select from all these interested and quality candidates to find the right person to deliver on your expectations for Cleveland State basketball? What values should our coach exhibit that makes them stand out from the rest? So I'll share them. 1, character. Integrity is paramount in everything that we do. What expectations does our coach have for themselves, for their staff, and for our student athletes as ambassadors for Cleveland State University? 2, a fundamental belief in the impact college athletics has on our student athletes as people, students, and competitors. That our student athletes will leave Cleveland State University prepared for whatever life throws at them after graduation. 3, relationships with student athletes. Has our coach created lifelong connections with those that they have served beyond their 4 years playing on their team? 4, a plan for CSU. How will our coach recruit student athletes to CSU that believe in our mission, that have an infrastructure of support to be as successful as possible, and that play a culture built on character, trust, integrity, personal development, and accountability? And 5, a genuine belief that if they deliver all of those, that winning championships will be the result. Dennis Gates rose to the top of an incredibly talented pool of interested coaches. By now you have read his bio, but let me share it. A Chicago kid, who pushed himself well beyond his comfort zone to head west to play at Cal, who graduated in 3 years as a highly decorated student athlete, student first, who entered coaching and worked his way through a number of jobs, the NBA, Marquette, Nevada, Northern Illinois, and most recently, Florida State, building relationships throughout that journey that would be called upon when he landed his first head coaching job. It would be easy to stand here and share all of Dennis's variety of basketball accolades, a nationally known recruiter who has developed NBA-level talent, numerous trips deep into the NCAA tournament, and on and on and on. But here are the things that resonated with us. On our first call, Dennis shared with me his favorite poem, Life is Just a Minute by Dr. Benjamin Mays. One that I have heard many times and personally try to subscribe to each day. I'll let him share it with you all in his comments, if you'd like. He talked about a foundation of friendship and his vision for our basketball program. He talked about delivering scholarship, honor, and discipline. He talked about leaning on all of you throughout this room for help. He talked about the importance of not sacrificing academics for wins. He talked about community service. He talked about his friends and network of mentors from whom he would seek guidance when he needed help. He talked about the importance of his family, his wife Jocelyn, daughter Avery, and son Duke. And later, when we brought Coach to Cleveland, we asked him, what makes you nervous about this job? And he said, nothing. We're going to do this the right way, and this program will be back because we're all in this together. Finally, Dennis's team shared with us a video, which some of you probably have seen, but we thought was appropriate to share, that speaks volumes about the type of coach that we were recruiting to take on this opportunity and captures the type of leadership our program needs. So let's go ahead and roll that real quick before we introduce Dennis.
I want those who follow me to feel that I'm in a foxhole with them. To be a great leader, you gotta have great followers. So I'm a very unselfish leader. I like for everybody to be a part of the journey. It's a very important thing that happens when you can allow young people to see the best version of themselves each and every day. There's gonna be distractions, there's gonna be obstacles that they have to overcome. My name is Dennis Gates, assistant men's basketball coach at Florida State University.
We're in a time of transition in college sports, and we need some coaches that understand that transition and understand the ethical values that are going to need to be placed on those young people that come and teach them those kinds of principles. And Dennis Gates is right there at the top of the list.
It's life-changing when you give scholarships and you try to get the best out of each individual in the classroom and on the court. That's very important to me that they also try to be champions academically, no different than they try their best, athletically. Those little lessons, those little responsibilities, if they can carry that over in life, they'll be very, very successful.
A good leader can balance out the needs of a university, the needs of the team, the needs of the student athlete individually. And I think Dennis is the epitome of a good leader. Any university would be very fortunate to get a head coach like Dennis Gates.
It's important that you share with them the other parts of life that exist. And that's done through love, that's done through trust, that's done through friendship. I have not done my job if I hadn't gotten invited to their weddings, if I hadn't gotten an announcement about them having a child.
Dennis is going to be a very, very successful head coach when he gets that opportunity, and I would hire him today.
The things you see when you grow up living in inner city Chicago, you see everything that can possibly distract you from being successful. So it was important for me to set an example for my siblings, making sure they saw what success looked like. You know what, it's okay to get away from home. It's okay to do something that you don't really see daily in the community. And just like I did, they got college scholarships. They ended up getting their masters as well. And those are the things that makes me so proud. I didn't know I was a coach at that time, but that right there was my first coaching experiment.
think Dennis is as prepared as anyone that I've ever worked with. Dennis has the ability to adapt to any situation.
He cares. He cares about the young people. That's, to me, is a leadership trait. He's humble. He's professional in every way. He's ethical. All of those kind of things that you want in somebody who is a leader.
The one thing that I've always done was immerse myself in the campus life of each institution that I've worked at. It serves as a bridge to the rest of the student body as well as the campus staff.
Here at Florida State, we have what we call our LIFE program, LYFE, Leaders Yearning for Excellence. And with LIFE, I know that Dennis is very involved and he's a mentor to that program, and it's intended to help increase graduation rates. Dennis is heavily involved. He's actually on the planning board. He goes just above and beyond what I've seen out of any assistant coach that I've ever worked with in terms of the level of his involvement with our athletics department. We're really fortunate to have him.
My wife is an unbelievable source for me. She coaches me up. One thing it has taught me was how to communicate even better than I have been communicating. You have to be able to be a teacher. You have to take no event lightly because you don't know how much impact it will have. My hands-on approach, it has definitely continued to build the amount of trust that they have in me, but more importantly, they know where I'm coming from, especially when it's time to correct them.
Let's go, be quick on the shots. Good, next group.
You end up spending more time coaching their minds and their spirits than you do really physically their bodies. But there's no doubt that he is extremely qualified, and I expect him to be very successful at some point in his career.
Ladies and gentlemen of Cleveland State University, it is my privilege to introduce to you the next head coach of Cleveland State men's basketball, Dennis Gates.
Wow. Did anybody bring tissue? If you have a hanky, please bring it up. I am serious. Please. That was my first time out. Thank you guys for being here today. It means a lot to me. I'm blessed. I'm absolutely blessed. What an opportunity. The game of basketball has been a compass for me that continues to allow me to serve young people. I want to first thank the young men of this program. Transition is not easy. I will love you guys. I will care for you. I will build a lifelong relationship with you. I will be committed to your development both on and off the court. I will hold you accountable, and together we will exceed expectations academically and athletically. We will win championships in the classroom. We will win championships on the court. And we will win championships in this community. To all the former student athletes and basketball players here at Cleveland State University, this is your home. I will need your help. I will need your support. We need to connect our past with our present. I'm looking forward to meet each and every one of you guys, listening to your stories, listening to what I need to do better, and listening to you guys tell the referees how bad they are. I'm looking forward to hearing how your world-class experiences here at Cleveland State University has transformed your lives. We will always welcome you guys back. I want to thank President Harlan Sands, Director of Athletics, Scott Garrett, for giving me this opportunity. It means a lot. Our student athletes, our entire student body, and the city of Cleveland, Ohio, I thank you guys. I was ready to sign the contract as soon as I got off the phone with Coach Harlan Sands. He's a coach in my category. But I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. I was absolutely blown away with your vision. I was blown away with your leadership abilities. I haven't ever read about a president who's crossed the paths of being a lawyer, businessman, and obviously somebody that served our country. So I appreciate you. Now, I may have to call another time out here, so excuse me. To my family, first of all, my siblings, you grow up and you automatically compete with each other. You compete by getting on each other's nerves, but that competition allows you to compete in life. So I appreciate how we fought, how we battled, but we never allow for anything to stop us from loving each other and supporting one another. So I appreciate you guys. To my parents, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity, pushing me to be better at whatever crazy idea I had in my mind. I appreciate you guys. I can't say it enough. Today is not about me. Today belongs to the coaches and educators who poured into my life. I stand right now on the shoulders of Coach Larry Butler, Coach Mathis, Coach Friel, Coach Stanton, Coach Charles Ramsey, who recruited me. Coach Ramsey recruited me to Cal Berkeley. And that experience changed my life forever, so thank you, Coach. These men were always my coaches and always will be. They sacrificed time away from their families. They sacrificed time away from their home just to share it with a guy who didn't know as much as he thought he did. So I appreciate you. They were responsible for making sure basketball remained the roadmap to my life. They taught me how to dream. They taught me how to push myself. They taught me how to climb mountains. They taught me how to swim across deep blue seas. They taught me that the impossible just might take a little longer, but the difficult I will do immediately. So I appreciate you guys. To my mentor, Coach Leonard Hamilton, you continue to pour into the lives of young people. You continue not to get the credit you deserve. You are the most unselfish, resilient, hardest working person I know. You have allowed me a front row seat to see how it should be done physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You have nurtured my growth and gave me confidence as I blend my duties as a husband, as a father, and as a coach, and with my career. Thank you for allowing me to see exactly what growing into a childhood dream looks like. Now, with that being said, just make sure you have your ringtone on and answer my calls on the first ring for when I have advice. No different than you called and leaned on John Thompson, John Chaney, and George Raveling, and the others. I thank you and I love you. My most important thank you goes to my wife. Talk about heaven sent. Thank you for your unwavering support. You have allowed this to be possible by not even trying to compete with what you know is my biggest dream. So I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for always supporting us side by side. We laugh, we learn, we unlocked, we build, we inspire, we teach, we share, we support, we cheer, we respect, we love, and we pray. You provide me with peace during conflict. You provide me with clarity during chaos. You provide me with a strength when I am weak. You provide me with a daily prayer, which is powerful. So thank you, and I love you. Those were my proposal vows. The exact words when I got on one knee. I love you. Oh, I love you too, baby. To my children who motivate me to do better and be the best that I can. To the basketball community in Cleveland and throughout the state of Ohio, our doors are open. They will remain open. I look forward to building upon the already existing relationships that I have and beginning the new ones. Me and my staff will work tirelessly, diligently, respectfully, and we'll operate with the utmost integrity. We will build this thing together. I will lean on each and every one of you guys' shoulders. And I appreciate the many calls that I already received. Coaching the game of basketball excites me. We will build a great program, and I want each and every one of you guys in here and those that are listening to be a part of it. Every day, our young men will apply championship effort in 3 areas. We call it our 3 C's. We will be champions in the classroom, we will be champions on the court, and we will be champions in our community. The trust, the discipline, the toughness, the accountability that we exercise every day when it comes to earning our degrees will get to a maximum championship level. Therefore, we will automatically see results spill over onto the court. The unselfish spirit, our enthusiasm, our love, our ability to turn a perfect stranger into a friend will get to a maximum championship level. Therefore, we will automatically see these characteristics and results spill over onto the court. Our program will be built on these principles, and again, they are the following: trust, accountability, unselfishness, toughness, discipline, enthusiasm, love, and friendship. You will see this program play the game of basketball that way. You will see this program walk around campus that way. You will see this program meet a stranger that way. I appreciate you guys for listening. On the defensive side of the ball, we will play with absolute, uncanny, relentless toughness. It will not be compromised. We have 5 musts that we have in our program. Defensively, we must stop and prevent easy transition baskets. We must also keep the ball out of the red zone. We must contest every shot. We must win the rebounding war. And we must create offense with our defense. On the offensive side of the ball, we will play unselfish and very instinctive. The first 5 seconds will belong to our players. So the first 5 seconds will belong to our crowd. They will play relentlessly, instinctively, and they will play together. The 5 must: we must get easy baskets. We must play into the post. We must execute with space, timing, and precision. We must crash the offensive glass. And lastly, we must win the free throw game. Last but not least, we will win all transitions. And the young men know what that is. We had an unbelievable meeting. They know what transitions are. Again, I thank you guys so much for this opportunity. I am filled with joy. My family is filled with excitement. And I am humbled to be here. Go Vikes.